The pressure from all this water not only collapsed this road, it also washed out a metal drain pipe from right here where it belongs all the way downriver. I'm actually standing by a very important piece of evidence right now. If you take a look down here, you can see tire tracks leading in and out of the area. Okay, this place doesn't officially open for a week, but guess what? We're gonna take a sneak peek. Fishermen feel they're getting the nets pulled right from underneath them. But there's one fire hydrant in downtown New Bern that's raising some eyebrows. It's this one over here, who's painted as an enslaved man. There's a huge pool of it in the Gulf. Now, if this were to hit the southern tip of Florida, it would take off, much like a hose, all the way up the coast. We're rolling in about 2.5 feet of water. Now, Justin, he's pulled out 4 different cars from this mess. And as long as the water level is below this snorkel up here, he's good to go. The whole year will end right here with a huge bang. Reporting live in Craven County, Alize Proisy, News Channel 12. Crawfish, eel. Now that thing has legs, believe it or not. I don't know if it's a crossbreed between a salamander and an eel. I don't know where this thing came from, Brian, but it's really quite bizarre. Do you see these things out here?
Yes, we see them.
Emergency workers arrived at the school and pretended to perform CPR on the students. They pronounced them dead, put them on this stretcher, and actually covered them up with a sheet. They then wheeled them off. The back door here is also dented, and there's some dents here, but the impact was so strong, it's really impressive that this bus didn't get more damage. It kind of goes to show you how strongly these things are built so that your kids are protected on their way to school. I will be in that courthouse today, and I will bring you all the updated information tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock. Also, keep a close eye on our website, WCTI12.com. I will be texting in information as we get that. I've met some amazing families and heard some incredible stories. Yesterday, I met the Bain family who live in that house over there. Kathy Bain was huddled in the closet with 2 of her kids when that tornado passed through. And today I met the Anderson family. They live in this house over here, and their story is amazing as well. Amanda was home alone with her 3-year-old daughter when that tornado ripped through her house, sending furniture everywhere. Here's her story. At the end of every bus route, it is procedure for the driver to get up and check every single seat at the back of the bus. In this case, that's exactly what the bus driver did. She walked all the way to the back and checked all the seats. The principal tells us the bus driver was distracted picking up trash. With her arms full of trash, she walked right past Kimel, sleeping in the bus seat. Investigators spent much of the morning sifting through this charred mess, trying to determine what started this fire. David says his moped sounds a little bit like a weed eater, but it does get him from point A to point B. For 25 years, they've been mowing this lawn for the Kinston home opener. Tonight's the last one.
This is a wild sport, and it's taking our coast by storm. It's kiteboarding. The Outer Banks is one of the best places in the world to do it and has the biggest school in the world to learn it. So we sent News Channel 12's Alize Proisy to kiteboarding camp, and she survived to tell us the story. She joins us live in the studio with the facts on Alize's adventure.
Hey, Annette, first of all, that is not me. I know it looks like me, but it is not. I had so much fun at Real Water Sports. I spent the last 2 days learning to kiteboard, and I am completely addicted. This local company started 10 years ago, and the pros there have taught 32,000 people to kite. Let's see if they can handle me. You ever drive through Hatteras and wonder just what the heck is going on in this sound? Here's a close-up of Brian Smith doing his thing. Yeah, kiteboarding is pretty cool. Ever wonder if you could do it too? I thought I'd give it a shot. With the biggest kiteboarding school right in our backyard, why not?
Basically, you can go to any beach in the world, and you're going to be talking with people that have learned from Real.
Meet my coach, Jason Slezak. He's been with Real Water Sports since it began 10 years ago. Hi. He also happens to be one of the best kiteboarders in the world, and this poor guy is stuck with me.
We're going to have you set up the kite on land, go over some of the techniques and whatnot, what we're going to use in the water, and we're going to make you a kiteboarder.
Cool. The wind is blowing like most days in Cape Hatteras. We pump a kite like 9-year-old Sydney, attach our lines, and grab a jet ski. Let's hit the sound. I hang on tight to the bar in waist-deep water, hand the camera to my patient instructor, and see just how graceful I can be.
That was a baseline.
So close, but not quite there. Jason is so encouraging, talking me through every step. But with the sun setting, it's best to wait one more day. All right, this is day 2 of kiteboarding. I am sore here, pretty much everywhere, but you know what? I don't even care. All I want to do is get back on this water. You ready, Coach?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go! I'm determined. Even after a couple rolls through the water, I can do it. And although it's a challenge, so can most of you.
We have kids, boys and girls, getting into it at the age of 8 or 9, and we have beginners getting into it at the age of 70.
And one day, with a little more practice, I'll be like this guy riding off into the sunset of the Pamlico Sound. Now, the reason Cape Hatteras is such a great spot to learn is because it's almost always windy there. The water in the sound is only about waist deep, so if you fall, you can get right back up. And the bottom is sandy, so you can't really hurt yourself too badly, except for maybe a pulled muscles like I have. Ladies? It's a scene many people dread. Gas man filling up the propane tank.
Oh, it makes you sick. I mean, you can use that money for so many other things.
You can almost feel your wallet getting lighter, but it's a reality you have to deal with. Or is it?
Felt like that it was sort of price gouging to be that much different.
What if you found out your neighbor was paying hundreds less because they were getting their propane somewhere else?
I think you're getting taken by dealing with these people.
Danny Walsh found out Jenkins Gas was charging $1 more a gallon than Dean's Gas just down the road. He changed companies. So let's say you're saving $1 per gallon. Let's just watch to see how much you would be saving. Right now we're up to about 32 gallons. That's $32 on just one fill-up. We've been calling Jenkins for days to find out why they charge so much more. We're still waiting on a call back. Kay White found out about the price difference right here on News Channel 12. She was furious after spending more than $1,000 since December 15th.
It was a $678 bill. Within 2 weeks, they were back again, a $525 bill. And they came last Saturday, $339.
She has been relying on Jenkins to keep her family warm for more than 20 years.
This has probably been our worst year with heating that I've ever seen.
White didn't think she had a choice, but unlike other energy sources, propane is not regulated by the North Carolina Utilities Commission, so companies can charge you whatever they want. Now she knows she can shop around.
So I will definitely be looking into trying to find someone that's more reasonable with their gas prices.
In Craven County, Alize Proisy, Fox Eastern Carolina News. Mike Little was sound asleep on his boat when a chilling sound caught his attention.
I heard a whooshing noise, and I lay there for about a minute, and I thought, kind of an unusual sound. And I looked at my curtains, and they were glowing, so something was wrong.
He looked outside and thought he was dreaming. Just 3 boats away, flames were taking over the marina he calls home.
It was amazing how fast it went. Just a couple of minutes, and it was just so hot you couldn't get close to it.
He quickly untied his boat and headed towards safety, but another frightening sound made him turn around.
I heard somebody screaming, and then I saw them waving their hands. There was 3 people on the end of the dock that they couldn't get off.
His neighbors were burning alive. One woman actually jumped into the freezing water to escape the blaze. He knew he had to save their lives.
We got her out of the water. Tied his boat to mine, towed it out. Everything I got's on that boat. It's my home. You don't want to lose it.
25 boats were lost this morning, but Mike Little says at least those are replaceable.
Didn't lose any lives. Everybody's fine. That was good. You can't replace people.
And those people are really all he needs.
It's a family. They do it for me. Everybody would help each other out there. Just some really great people. Can't beat it.
Well, with Christmas finally here, it's about that time to get rid of your tree. And if you have a real one and it gets dry, firefighters tell us it is a huge fire hazard. Well, I got all geared up to rock around my crispy Christmas tree. Here's the story. We all remember this scene in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Uncle Lewis burns down the family Christmas tree.
My tree.
I wanted to see if that could actually happen, so I joined up with the New Bern Fire Department where we put it to the test. I've had this Christmas tree for about a week now. I've done exactly what you're not supposed to do. I didn't water it at all. So you know this one's ready to go because when you shake it, all the pine needles start falling out of it. So good thing the fire department's here. They'll be able to put it out once it starts going up in flames. Lieutenant Danny Hill tells me 250 homes are destroyed every single year by tree fires.
Within just a matter of seconds, the tree could be fully involved
and spread quickly to the rest of the house.
Firefighters helped me suit up so I'd be safe inside their fire training house for a first-hand look at the damage a dry tree can cause. All right, I'm all geared up and I'm going in. Here we go.
Fire in the hole!
It only took a couple of seconds for the entire room to fill with smoke. From inside, I couldn't see anything through that smoke except for a red glow. The tree was fully engulfed just a few feet in front of me.
Right now I can actually feel the heat through my clothes. They were telling me it's about 300 degrees in here right now. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool what these guys do every day.
For several minutes, pine needles burnt to a crisp. Once firefighters sprayed down the flames, this is all that was left. Okay. Not much left to it.
Nothing at all except for just a
sprig here
and there in the trunk.
Here's our tinsel.
What's left of it.
In Craven County, on Christmas vacation, Alize Proisy, News Channel 12. Good morning, Eastern Carolina. It's Sunday, March 27th. Thanks so much for waking up with us. A 6-year-old is killed and 2 others are seriously hurt in a head-on crash. Last night was the final opening night for the Kinston Indians. They are moving to Zebulon next season, and some of the locals I talked to are taking it a little harder than others. It was a nightmare come true for one Craven County mother. Her 5-year-old son never got off the school bus. Michael's family is so glad to have him home, he isn't even grounded. The 10-year-old says he learned his lesson and won't spend the night in those woods again anytime soon. Officials at the airport say some simple tricks could help too, like asking pilots to not accelerate too quickly once they're off the ground. First Lady Michelle Obama and the Vice President's wife Jill Biden are scheduled to visit the East this week. Their visit is part of a national tour to support military families.